This is a 1954 Chevrolet pickup truck, and we're going to take it for a quick drive. This truck fires right up. This is an original 3-speed granny gear truck. So 4-speed. It's kind of a barn find truck, so it's all original, matching numbers. It runs great. Some restoration's been done on it, but it was a long time ago. The truck steers pretty straight. It's still got the old truck steering on it, so you got just a little bit of, a little play in the steering wheel. But I'm driving straight down the road right now. In fact, my wife and I took this truck for a drive right when we first picked it up, and it's a great running, driving, daily driver conditions, what I'd call it mechanically. Pickup truck. Love this thing. Let you listen to the engine first. It's got a really strong engine. Actually, the oil pressure gauge does work. Got the old single exhaust on it. Pop the hood and let you hear the engine run. The hood opens easily and the hood springs work great. I'll turn the truck off and then we can hear a little bit better and walk around and talk about the truck a little more. So we'll start under here. Like I said, at some point I believe the engine was pulled years ago and rebuilt, or at least an engine detail was done to it. Looks like they did a good job doing an engine detail. The firewall and inner fenders are rust free. This is a super minimal rust truck. There's a couple of little spots of rust that I found on it, but very, very minimal. You can see that the heater lines are hooked up and the truck does not overheat. It's got the original heater inside, which I can show in a minute. I believe it just needs a switch to be replaced for that to work. Typically those do work, and I actually see the switch in there. But the little buttons broke off. It might not even need a whole new switch. It may just need a new handle for the button. Anyways, hood is in fantastic shape. No rust in the hood. Like I said, these hinges work great. Hold the hood up very easily. And the hood opens and closes well. Sometimes these do sit up just a little bit on the edges. One of the things I wanted to do with this truck, we'll walk around the exterior for a minute. I love the look of this truck because it looks like a barn find. It looks like an old original paint. I don't think this is the original paint, but it's definitely an older paint job. There was one spot we did a little experiment. If you buffed this truck, you could actually get this thing to a nice high quality shine. But I really like this patina. And so I actually, in fact, there was one spot on the back where the license plate was attached up top, and you could see how shiny it was behind the license plate. I went back and scuffed it a little because it was the only spot on the whole truck that was shiny, because the truck hasn't been buffed or waxed in so long. It's got this kind of matte patina, almost perfect from bumper to bumper. It almost looks intentional, like it was like that. I didn't want to mess that up. But if you want to buy this truck and you want it to shine, there's no reason why a good buff job from bumper to bumper on this thing, and it'd probably look like you practically got a new paint job, or a really clean older paint job. Maybe not a brand new paint job, but a really clean older paint job. So that being said, the body's straight, body panels are all in great condition. I mean, this truck is a survivor. All original steel, only a couple of imperfections that I've seen, a couple of spots here, or maybe a long time ago before they repainted it. Could be a little Bondo cracking there. And then one spot here on the fender. Other than that, the rest of this fender is in fantastic shape. The sides of the bed are in great shape and they're nice and straight. Brand new wood has been put in the bed here. But actually, it's kind of a fool, kind of fools you. It's brand new wood, but it's actually just laid in there. And underneath is an old steel bed that someone had put in years ago. Oops. So you can actually see here, the wood's just sitting there, and I could pick it up. Underneath that is a steel. So if I was going to finish this off, I'd probably do a little bit more carpentry, maybe even put some steel slats on it, but it's beautiful looking. I don't believe that this is the original tailgate. I think somebody came behind and used the original tailgate to remanufacture something more heavy duty. This tailgate is a lot heavier than the originals that I see on my other trucks, and it is heavy duty. Putting these hooks back on. The truck does retain its original bumper on the rear and the front. And as we continue around the truck, you'll see, like I said, nice straight body lines all the way across. Nice straight bed. The bed doesn't look like it was beat up. So it's maybe a gentleman's truck. Even the step-ups, which are original, are in great shape. Back of the cab corners are in great shape as well. Bottoms of the doors. I love these wheels with the original style hubcap, beauty ring. The tires have great tread on them. So at some point, someone, probably maybe when the paint was done, at some point somebody put new windshield in. This is new rubber. The windshield wipers either were fixed or they're still working, because they do work great. And then it looks like new glass was put in. It's a tinted glass on the sides. The windows roll up and down fine. And like I said, the weather stripping on the back window too appears to be newer. I'm not gonna say brand new, but at some point was replaced, and looks really clean. So you can see that all the glass is in excellent condition. There's no scratches from the windshield. Like I said, the windows roll up and down. They're a little tight. They do roll up and down. Just a little bit tight, I think, just because of the older felt there, even though that's new glass. Once again, like I said, rust-free. Bottom of the doors is rust-free. Hinge pockets are rust-free. Little separation here in the body. So there's a spot of rust right there. The gauges have been taken out and replaced with newer gauges. I'm not crazy about it, but it is more accurate, maybe than the older ones. So temp gauge works, fuel gauge, oil pressure gauge all work. The speedometer is not hooked up right now, so that is not working. This is where I was saying earlier, I noticed that the switch on the heater was broken off here, so probably just needs a new switch, but the heater itself, I would imagine works. And I see it looks like there's maybe even some, I don't know, there's speaker wires, or that's power running to the heater. But I love the fact that it's got the original heater under there, and I would imagine that with a new switch it works. Kick panels are in great shape. You can see that some weld had been done there years back here on both sides, so maybe some sort of a repair was done. I'll show you the floor pans from underneath. We'll finish in here. Nice unmolested dashboard other than the gauges, so there's no cuts for nasty cuts for new radios or anything like that. Older headliner, still in good shape. Seats in fantastic shape. One tiny little spot right here on the seat where there's a little nick. Other than that, in fantastic condition. The doors open and close nice and solid as well. Again, on this side, window rolls up. This window rolls up a little easier than the other side. Which rolls up and down nice and easy. Again, rust-free hinge pockets. This is the one thing that sucks about it. Somebody did cut a spot here to put a speaker in. Fortunately, they did it right between the lines, so welding a new patch in there, sanding that down, and fixing it would not be difficult. So that's the only spot that I've seen that's been compromised on the truck, though, on the inside. Inner fender wells are nice and clean, superficial rust only, and a couple of little rust spots here. It's the only rust, like I said, that I've seen on the truck. Underneath, the step-ups are in great shape. Those are original. One spot of rust here at the bottom of the back of the cab corner at the very bottom. Other than that though, the inside, the cab corners are got a couple of little spots of rust there, and I'm kind of sticking the camera up and doing an inspection of the camera. Floor pans, these are the original floor pans. Oh, okay, so this is the original floor pan, and then as we go here, you'll see there's a cut, and a new floor pan was put in. It looks like a long time ago. So somebody had cut the whole floor pan out there and put a new floor pan in years back. Other than that though, everything else looks to be original. The frame rails look like they're in great shape. Same thing on this side. Step-ups are in great shape. Rust in the interior cab corner. Other than that, all nice and clean. So a couple typical spots where you find rust on these trucks. This is the only spots I'm seeing. A few little spots there like I showed from the inside. So there's a few spots there that you'd want to replace or fix if you wanted to make it completely rust free. Bottoms of the doors, like I said, are in great shape and they are rust free as well. Inner fenders are looking clean. Letting the camera adjust there. There we go. And then the one more fender up here that I haven't done yet. So there you have it. 1954 for Chevrolet truck. I love these trucks too because since they only made them for a year and a half, in 55 they switched over to what everyone calls the Tri-5s now. So this is a great truck. There's a couple of rust spots on it. It's not a rust bucket whatsoever though, especially straight body. Good tread on the tires. Just an overall really good looking truck, and what a find. I think somebody's going to really enjoy this. This truck mechanically is ready to drive daily right now. Lights work, brake lights work. This thing's ready to go.